Somebody better tell my driver.
Kevin Jackson about OT, baby! You got all excited.
I'm ready.
So you took out your phone. You wanted to do a selfie. We can do that during Outnumbered Overtime if you want. That would be fine.
I'll get somebody to take it.
Can we have
There's no way I'm getting out of here without...
Can we have the conversation that we were having during the commercial?
Sure.
About women? Sure.
About women.
Boy.
So we didn't really get to go
Lord
as far
knows I know a lot
as we
about
could
women.
because of timing at the end of the show.
You can only get yourself in trouble.
So Joy Villa's sales are up from the red carpet walk last night at the Grammys because many Trump supporters are buying her music, which I find fascinating in its own right, because what a billboard with that dress that she had on.
Yeah.
It said down the front, "Make America Great Again," and around the floor, Trump.
But by the way, did you also notice that, I mean, you're into fashion, that was a trumpet gown.
Oh, yeah. No, I got it.
It was a Trump train, which I said that before.
Whoa, a Trump train, that's good.
Yeah, but here, but here, the real issue there to me was, you know, because the left, they don't want to abandon the left because they say that's where the money is. Jay-Z, Beyonce, honestly, I think most of these people don't feel that way, the way that they ascribe.
Oh, really? You don't think
I really don't. I think that they're afraid to leave it because there's so much money to be made there. And so here's a girl that says, I don't care. And what happens? The conservative movement embraces her. They take her from like number 500,000 to number 3. They talked about...
Is that really the leap?
Yeah, she went from 500,000 to number 3. I think she jumped by Lady Gaga and Beyonce in that one.
Is there anything more punk rock you can do? I don't know if you watched the show, the 21 Pilots, and it was actually a cute moment. It's a duo, and they took their pants off and went on stage in their underwear because they said several years ago when they were watching the Grammys together, they were all sitting around in their underwear, and they said, ha, if we ever win a Grammy, we should go do it in our underwear. And so they made good on that promise. But I think it's way more punk rock to wear something that is going to antagonize and incite people.
And it is working.
Because 95% of the people in attendance at the Grammys are opposed to Donald Trump. And to wear something that flies in the face of that collective sensibility takes...
but she was also not like... she didn't come out and speak against everyone else's politics. Like everyone else did against hers. She just simply said, this is what I believe in. And she didn't criticize them. So it was tastefully done. And the reveal with the white cape was nice. But I just logged onto the online chat, Kevin, and would you please tell everyone where you got your tie? Because I logged on and like 3 comments right away about your tie.
But you have to get the socks to match.
It is a...
Can you show?
You don't have to say if you don't want to.
Look at those.
You can just say, you can leave them wanting if you don't want to disclose.
It's a Xenia.
Oh, okay.
Nice. That's a very nice tie.
Hey, I was going to be with you ladies. I'm not going to bring the tie I would normally wear. It's got like...
But we love your brain.
I'm looking at some of the stuff that's being written about Joy Villa today. Listen to this headline, and I'm trying to see, this is Quartz Online, and Dress to Impress. It's a little fashion thing that they do, I guess. Singer Joy Villa's sales rocket as Trump supporters get a new nobody to fawn over.
Yeah.
Well, nobody.
Somebody said...
what is up with that?
She was at the Grammys.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's
why
a beautiful
couldn't
girl.
anybody
Also at the Grammys, I mean...
Plus, you ask if the dress was great. Everything about that, she was working that dress.
I think it's funny that that's the dress that everyone's talking about today. Because there's always a dress. You remember when Bjork showed up dressed as a swan?
The bird?
Yeah.
Well, I got confused last night, too, because I didn't watch the whole show in real time.
And the meat dress, of course. Rachel just
the Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga's meat dress.
I thought at one point, because of the colors, that James Corden and J-Lo were wearing the same dress. He had on like that lavender pinkish, and then they flashed her up just in something that I was seeing online, and I was like, oh, were they wearing the same thing?
So what about Rihanna's sparkly flask? Did anybody?
I loved it.
Oh boy!
That's how I
Front
roll.
row, she kept taking shots out of
I loved it.
like a bedazzled flask with her.
You guys, I'm out of the conversation because I didn't watch anything else.
She had like ink art here, and I couldn't tell what it was. Was that on purpose?
It's her tattoo. It's an eagle. It's
so it was on
her.
purpose.
Yeah.
But so can I ask Kennedy?
Pull your top down.
Do the Grammys carry the same weight these days? I mean, is that still the prize in the music industry? Or
it's definitely the most prestigious music award because even though they don't show Zydeco and polka music on the broadcast, they still do honor more genres than any other show. And the Academy considers itself to be, I mean, it's really populated by songwriters and producers and artists. And, you know, they still consider themselves to be
I don't know the relevance of it. I mean, you have a beautiful voice, so you can write music, and that's great. And I'm all about the arts, and I'm a pretty terrible musician myself. But the idea that we give them so much clout, and the fact that this young lady, who, by the way, I'll admit I didn't know her. I didn't know who Joy Villa was until last night.
She is now.
But you know who she is now. And I think that, look, again, I'm going at it from the race angle, but this is a young black girl who decided to make a stand. You'd think that the left would be embracing that, especially with the gay guy who made the dress for her. That's their demographic, theoretically.
No, they don't like when that's co-opted. They like telling you what to believe.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes, and they like giving you the lollipop when you've done something that they approve of.
Exactly.
But God forbid you have any sort of
giving out lollipops now?
No, they would. They want, and they'd fill them with some sort of mind-controlling substance.
You know, before Johnny Ramone died, he thanked President Bush in his rock and roll acceptance speech, and he said there's nothing more punk rock these days than being a conservative. And I think it's really everyone loves Democrats and the leftist ideology so much that really the only way to rebel against anything in the entertainment industry is to do what she just did last night.
Well, you know, I think is what's going to happen, that's going to come from this, is you're going to see this monumental shift at some point where saying, I made the joke that, you know, in a year people are going to be afraid to tell you they voted for Obama, especially twice. When Trump finally does what I think he'll do, which is make America safe, make America great again, and do a few other things, I think a lot of people are going to say, you know what, it's okay to go that route. I think you're going to not see Nordstrom's take away Ivanka's product line, or Macy's get rid of Trump's.
The boycotts are exhausting.
Yeah.
I mean, first we're boycotting Beater, and then people are boycotting Ivanka. It's like we're going to be naked and starving.
I know. I was like
2017.
Using an Uber and getting a Starbucks.
Wait a minute, I'm already naked and starving.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that you can't just be a consumer in different ways, and it's you know, a political statement. I was carrying a Starbucks the other day, and my friend was like, "Oh, are you doing that?"
Right.
And I was like, "No, I just need a caffeine, idiot."
Okay, so
no, not. I don't. I'm not. I can't handle it.
I know someone who works at Under Armour and said, you know, their CEO came out and said, you know, maybe this president is going to be good for business. That's all he said. It was a pretty agnostic comment.
Right.
And now there is this internal strife and this suffering morale at Under Armour because people there, and it's like, can't someone just make a basic statement?
But see,
I mean, it's like someone coming out when President Obama was elected saying, maybe this will be good for race relations.
Right.
You know, it doesn't mean that you're a full-blown Democrat. Maybe it just means that we've gotten to a new place in our political evolution, or if you've got someone who looks at things in a different way, that might be good for other businesses.
Well, all right, I want to get some in from the live chat because they're watching us in droves here, Kevin. So Dave Nona says, and I didn't see this, so I don't know, what happened with Metallica last night?
They sang with Gaga.
Yeah, but James Hetfield's mic went out, so you couldn't hear his half of the duet.
Okay.
Lady Gaga actually sounded pretty good singing Metallica, and their instruments were fantastic. But then the craziest thing was Adele was doing a George Michael tribute. She opened the show with Hello, which I thought was kind of cheesy because that was the first single from her album that came out either early last year or in 2015. And we've seen her do that song at so many award shows now. That was a little bit played. When she came out to do the George Michael tribute, she was so... No, the mic worked fine.
Oh, no.
She was so off-key.
Oh, she was.
She had to stop. She swore. Then she had to stop a quarter of the way through the song and start over again.
Adele,
and she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I swore. I'm so sorry. Can we start this over again? And all the violinists like, the whole thing over again. And she was kind of on key, but really botched the song. It was a horrible George Michael song.
Well, she's done that before.
I did not watch the show, but I like the replay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kennedy, it's like I'm watching it again.
It's better.
Would you sing the Adele song for her? She got the accent.
Oxford Joe is saying...
You know what she should have done? And I want to say this on the record. Yasha, who's a huge George Michael fan, we're talking about this today.
She's one of our makeup artists.
Yeah, she is, and she's a phenomenal makeup artist. But we thought that Adele should have done Praying for Time. It's such a beautiful, poignant George Michael song that people know. And, you know, it's like, here's a guy...
That's a hard song to sing, too. So if you had to reach...
She's Adele!
I mean, yeah, but she had to reach your violinist already on an easier song.
Vocalist on the planet.
So, Megan, I think you were making this point. Oxford Joe is making it. If something is liked, capitalism will decide. Go Joy.
Yeah, I mean, again, she's laughing today. I'm sure all her record sales, as you said, are going up. Again, I just worry for that girl's safety walking around Hollywood in and out. I'm not joking. I lived in L.A. for almost 2 years. It's not a safe thing to be a conservative in that city.
Right.
In the few seconds that we have left, you wanted to say something about Saturday Night Live and the portrayal of Kellyanne Conway.
I just think that the left, when they, first of all, it's unfair. Kellyanne Conway is an accomplished woman, and you take the if she didn't work for the Trump campaign and she were working for some Democrat, she'd be canonized. They'd have her in the Democrat Political Hall of Fame.
Can you imagine the first female campaign manager if that were a Democratic president?
That's my point.
Yeah. The left never even acknowledged that.
Exactly. So, you know, but yeah, the Saturday Night Live thing is really liberals telling you about themselves, and that's kind of my take whenever they criticize, you know, you ladies or guys like me, because I know as a black conservative.
We won't take it. You should see how we roll.
They're playing you out.
Shoes off.
I know, they're playing me out.
Thanks for being with us,
My pleasure.
Jack. You can come back anytime. We'll
yeah,
see you tomorrow.
I will do it.